SMS ก็คิววอร์โซนบีบิวที่ไกลนี่หาลาบะไลเทียโดวาโอ Steady burning Steady burning บีบิวที่หาลาบะไลเทียโอลาไลเทียโดวาโอไลเทียโดวาโอ
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another exciting edition of Let's Talk Toys. Tonight, we got a little toy news. We also have an unboxing from Magic Hands Tugboat himself. That's right. A package came in from Casting Cave, our good buddy Corey, and I am super stoked. So I have that down off to the side right here. Real quick, want to shout out the whole COJ already chiming off in the chat. Hello, everybody. Fortnite, you were in here early, Jared. How's it going, bub? We got Esteban in there. What up, Nacho? We got Phantom Crow, Chris Maury, Wizard of Toys, the mighty Mitch Falcon. We got Mitch over on Twitch as well. Mitch on Twitch. We got Shaggy throwing him those sweet emotes. Who else we got in here? We got Pendergast. We got Luis. How's it going, Bob? We got Nightmare in there, Forgiven's in there, Epic Badger in there, Brian. Sage and Nanny. Hi, Sage and Nanny. What up, Josh? Josh, we got to talk in a good way. What up, 3M? What up, Winter Star? What up, Williams? Is it more hot sauce? Yeah. Chom Bucket, what up, dude? Just caught up on 2 weeks of streams this weekend. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad you caught up too. What did the printing / casting cave get? Oh, I'm very excited. There are a few things that I purchased, and there are a few things that Corey threw in for funsies, and I'm very excited. What up, Spike? Josh Bear in the house. Greg, formerly known as Brutescat. How's it going? Welcome. Braden, how's it going, man? Shaky throwing up some Spike. Yeah. So also kind of calm before the storm. Toy Fair is this weekend over in New York. Very excited. Obviously, lots of homies already going to be out there. You got Robo and Veeb's going to be out there. I believe Toy Chase is going to be out there. A bunch of them East Coast fellas are going to be out there. Of course, I believe Pixel Dan's going to be out there. So there's going to be a lot of coverage. Next Monday, one of the Madness streams is going to be going on because I will attempt to recap all of Toy Fair in an hour. I've done it for San Diego. I've done it for New York. I've done it for Toy Fair. If my voice holds out, it'll be a good one. What up, Captain? How's it going, Captain McKay? Also, Captain, Tuesday, perhaps, maybe Wednesday. Just saying. Speaking of hot sauce, had Dave's hot chicken, ironically, for lunch today. Hey, right on. I have not been in there in a very long time. There was one that there's one that opened up over here, and I just don't get out much. Oh. Did you get hello, Toy Collectors Magazine, by the way, the finest toy publication out there. Did you get my Dropbox link? I sent over snailian images. What a Godspeed next Monday, Dave. Yeah, it's gonna be a bad one. Well, a good one for everybody else. Bad one for me. You can do it, Dave. We believe in you. Hell yeah. Does Toy Fair have a preview night? I believe it's just on Friday. Josh says, I finally got my McFarlane Leo, Donnie, and Shredder. I can see what people were saying about them being funky. Yeah, I ain't gonna knock out other cat's wings, but I'm glad for people who are enjoying them. Me personally, not my bag. That's okay. 3M says Dave's hot chicken could be used as a murder weapon, as hot as it is. I have done the waiver one, and it sucked. I mean, it was very flavorful, but it hurt. Only an hour. We need 2 hours. Never too much toys for the COJ. Yeah. Again, as long as my voice can hold out. Dave will need an energy drink for next Monday. Yeah, I have already almost drank my wash water twice tonight. I've been doing some painting on some projects of which I cannot show quite yet, but I'll get there. So, do you want to start with a Casting Cave unboxing or the little bit of toy news we have? Leave it in the comments because I'm honestly curious. I'm very excited. I took a peek at the toys within the box. I'm very excited to share them because Corey does phenomenal work, and it is always a good day to play with what Corey sends over. Yeah, very, very excited. Also, got to swing down to Midwest Vintage Toys today to see my good buddy Jake, of course, Brandon Crane down there, Crane Pest Solutions, shout out. Yeah, got to hang out at the shop for a little bit, picked up some more goodies for the first mini marathon. Also, picked up some goodies that I will reveal on Wednesday. Always a pleasure getting to go down there and hanging out with those boys. So thank you to Midwest Vintage Toys for sponsoring the channel. Also hoping very soon I will get a chance to head back up north to the Mythic Merc and do a little filming up there too. The last time I went up there, I kind of just wanted to disconnect for the weekend. So I got to hang out with Joe and his family and my lovely wife and just got to hang out and talk toys and just have a really chill time. Sage and Annie were there. It was good. It was just genuinely a lovely time and a lovely little reset. Little bit of news, then get to the good stuff. Unboxing. We're about to talk about this package. Ooh. Shaggy. Might as well get the news out of the I think unboxing might be winning this one out. That's right. The Midwest had his best. Damn fine shop down at Midwest Vintage Toys. I'm just hoping that we find out who the new monster license is. Yeah, rumor has it it's going up. If you haven't seen Veeb's latest interview with Brian Flynn, he makes a very clear statement of finding out who the new master licensee or licensor is, so that there's possibly more Super 7 Turtles. I guess we'll wait and see. All right. I think we're gonna go with unboxing first because there's only 2 for news, but that's okay. There's only like 5 things for news anyways, so we'll get through some unboxing. We'll go from there. Corey sent a lovely large box this time around, mainly because he needed to ship me this, a brand new batch of pineapple habanero. I'm very excited for this. This was one of my very, very favoriteest sauces that he did previously. So I'm so unbelievably stoked and very honored because I know that he does not send this out willy-nilly. Everything he makes this, and that's as good as gold to me. So yeah, very, very excited for that. Thank you, Corey. Next up, I actually acquired a second body for this. So I do still have my modern Luke Cage hanging out, but this Luke Cage is going to get a little chop and chop tomorrow to make it more accurate because I got the Black Dynamite head sculpt. Very excited for this. I actually have, it's the denim coat from Wolverine from X2, I think, that I'm going to try and put on this so he kind of has that Canadian tuxedo look. But Corey had made it for this this body specifically, so it's a little bigger. It matches the skin tone. I'm so stoked. I already found a pair of nunchucks for him. So Black Dynamite from Corey. Very excited to add that to the shelf. Oh, what? I just don't want NECA 2012 and Archie lines to end up getting canceled. Hey, man, I'm right there with you. I agree. They need to do April for 03. Technically, she's in Wave 3 if it comes, because it was Hun, April, and Biker Wrath. Dynamite. I hope that Hasbro does something good for Voltron. I'm very curious about that. Next up, well, technically, this is not the role that that the head is from. This is from Dead and Loving It. It is Leslie Nielsen. I tossed it on a Vincent Price body, gave him a little revolver so that I could have a Frank Drebin figure, kind of. Yeah, I'll probably play around with this a lot more. The Naked Gun films growing up were very important to me. So, yeah, this just, I don't know if you can see. Oh, come on. This head sculpt and the paint job is so ridiculously good. Corey absolutely knocks it out of the park every fucking time. He's linked in the video description below as always. Corey absolutely murdered this head sculpt, but very excited to add Leslie Nielsen to the shelf in any way, shape, or form. There's part of me that wants to try and find like one of those goofy, like novelty, fart machines that I can have him stand on so he can continue his fart jokes from the afterlife. from the files of Police Squad. Black Dynamite. I run trucks. The Police Squad TV show is so great. Love the movies too. See, and again, like I saw the movies long before I saw Police Squad. But yeah, so that like I cannot express how surreal it is to have a Black Dynamite and a Leslie Nielsen. Let's say a Leslie Nielsen figure in the collection. Adding to the list of those figures that like I never thought I'd have because I have not only one but I have two Blackula figures now. Man, what are some of the other stranger ones? Well, it's not strange, but I like right in front of me I have his Ash recast. I have the Shazam cast right there. Man, it's good shit. No OJ. You need an ump uniform from that would be kind of awesome. Had a Leslie Drac head was something I snagged as soon as I could when court. Yeah, and I'd like legit. I sold off a bunch of stuff. I freed up some funds, freed up some space, and I told him if he ever did another run of those, I would grab it in an instant. And I didn't know that those and Black Dynamite went up, so yeah, I grabbed both of them. I was very excited. Also got some hot sauce. Also, in the bag, I got a few of these bad boys. This is, let's see if I can get it up there. So these are the sprue kits for Teco Toys. They make little dudes. He's been kind enough to send me a couple. I have, oh god, don't want to knock over anything, but he kindly painted this one up for me as little mini Dave. These are fully articulated, gorgeous. I have two of the other troopers just chilling up there, and these will add to that. I'm debating if I want to wait until tomorrow to do them or if I'll probably do them after the stream. That body gives Enrico Palazzo vibes. All right. Been doing a lot in the house and lots of nostalgia getting stirred up. Seeing that Nielsen figure suddenly has me wanting a realistic Police Academy line. That'd be pretty damn cool. You got Mini Me now? Yeah, I do. Hold up, Mini. Yeah, like this is yeah. He's little Dave. So it's been fun because I also move this figure around the studio. My sons, I have a 3 and a 9-year-old, so I move him and I move it's a Bendy Waldo figure around in the studio, so they have to find them. It's fun. So yeah, I don't know. It cracks me up. I know he's done. There's a couple of us from the Funtastic Five that are minis, which is pretty fun. And it's just fun in general. Next up, so he sent me this, and some bitch mini Dave would be cool to see it, right? I am not gonna ask him to paint those up, and I sure as fuck ain't gonna paint them up. I love you guys. My head already hurts when I'm painting 1/12 scale heads, let alone that. So he sent me this. This is one of his Doctor Strange heads that he's been painting, but he hadn't gotten to the hair. And when I saw it in there, I thought it was blonde hair. And I was like, did he send me an Errol Flynn head? And I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to make an Adventures of Robin Hood, but as portrayed by Errol Flynn, one of my favorites growing up. And I sound like a tremendously old man saying that, but for some odd reason there was, I think it was Public Access, had they would show that Robin Hood movie all the time. Like the fact that Robin Hood took out more people with furniture that he would throw as opposed to arrows always cracked me up. 135th Dave, he's ready to go up against all the 112 incarnations. Yeah, looks like a cross between Strange and Hellstorm. Yeah. For me, again, my brain went to Errol Flynn just because of the mustache and the kind of blonde coiffed hair. So that's on the docket. I was actually talking to Tony just a little bit before the stream started about looking into maybe Mythic Legion's body, like an archer, like an elven archer or a human archer, for parts, but could also be Dalton. Oh, damn it. That's a really, oh no. Damn it, Phantom Crow. I have a suited body that would work for him too. I don't have a Robin Hood. Damn it. I know there's a couple good Timothy Dalton sculpts out there too. But yeah, So I think I'm going to make a Robin Hood from that. Hiding goodies. He sent me a couple awesome tiny cast or prints as well. So we have Throg, which I'm very excited to attempt this. I haven't painted miniatures in a very long time. As well as ouch, Sharp. We have Cyclops, a Superman. That's what fucking stabbed me. This one's gorgeous. I'm very excited to take a crack at this. Corey has painted up some of these Daredevils that are beautiful. I mean, everything that he paints is fucking beautiful, but so there's also a screaming one. Very cool, but look at those. Can you see how sharp those fucking horns are? My goodness. And then finally, the fuzzy elf himself, Nightcrawler, which I think I might actually paint this one up to put on the Uncanny Spider-Man body. I put one of the alternate X-Men 97 heads on it, but I kind of like this looks closer to how he appeared in the comic. So very excited to take a crack at those. It's always one of those fun things of Corey. Corey has always been so kind and generous to me over the years, and to take a crack at some of his prints and his casts and everything to paint him up. It's always fun and inspiring because I take a crack at them and I get done with them and I think they look good. And then I see what he does with them. And then I just go, I have to practice more because that dude is legit one of the best painters out there. I don't know if he's watching this. I kind of hope he's not because I don't want to gush. But my friend is really fucking talented. So thank you, Corey. Very excited for this. I'm sure you'll razz me tomorrow on the show. But man, I'm very excited to get into those. Shaggy says you need a beanie on it. Would be Night Wonder. Nice. Glenn Morrison, Longbow, Bowman, Green Arrow for McFarlane should work. That's it. My only thing against that, Glenn, is I believe that's a 1/12 scale head sculpt, so it would be really tiny on that body, and I would have to chop down that body in order to fit like the 1/12 scale and fit more proportionally. Because that was one of them that I brought up, and I mean Corey, not a fan of McFarlane, so he was like, bah. So I was like, okay. But my brain still went there a couple times. I know there's at least a DC Direct. I thought about trying to track down one of those Icons ones, but whew, they're spicy. Those Green Arrows are neat, but yeah, a little out of my budget currently. Let's see. Mitch Falcon says, "What about the Dalton from Flash Gordon?" Touche. Mitch Super Spike says the 2 Wizard Legions figures feature elf bodies under the rope. Oh, noted. Toy Drew says Ollies are still choking on D&D figs for fantasy bodies. Really? No shit. I wish there was an Ollies up here. I might have to poke you about that, toys. Glenn says, Longbowman. Shaggy says you need a beanie on it. It would be Night Wonder. Nightmare says, just watch the TMNT part of the interview between Veebs and Brian, and it's very interesting, positive, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Spike says, yeah, they are. So yeah, I will be very curious. Just kind of segueing over into the news. I will be very curious to see what comes out of Toy Fair. Toy Fair is one of those things that I like, even growing up, like I remember when it would hit and it was like, you'd get the toy magazine or you'd go over to AFI or whatever. Not the band, but Action Figure Insider, or the Fwoosh, and you'd scope it out. Oh, what's up, Michael? You'd be able to check out the news, and like it's always exciting because you always get some news, but then you also sometimes get blown away because it'll be an announcement of a new line or like a product that's tied to a movie that hasn't been announced, but I'm guessing maybe we'll get some teases for some of the upcoming stuff that's the movies that are coming out. Obviously, I think it was the first wave of Mario is already hitting for the Super Mario Brothers movie, or Super Mario Brothers Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, figures.com, Mitch, also a damn fine site back in the day. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see what all comes out of it. I have talked to Phantom Crow, like the full bridge from Nussel, which also gets a debut feature in Toy Collector Magazine. Go check it out. Braden says, "Do you think Playmates will last without TMNT?" Yes, I do. I will be curious to see if they maintain their current form or if they become more of just a licensor and less of a toy producer. I don't know. I think there undoubtedly will be a change after damn near 40 years of having that license, or more than 40 years. 40 years, 40. I don't know. They've had it a long time. They've had it the whole time. Nightmare says, "Oh yeah, my Ollie still is slammed with D&D movie figures and the first wave of animated figures." Shit, I'll have to look that up because my brain, like, I haven't seen those in forever, so I'll have to be curious. 3M says, "I'm seeing that a lot of people already having that Ultimate Edition Rhea Ripley, yet it won't be out until April." No shit. Michael says, "I hope Channing Tatum's Gambit will be revealed during tomorrow's Hasbro stream, unless they're saving him for New York Toy Fair or the Doomsday Wave." I would be totally down. I am curious if tomorrow's stream, if we'll get a smattering of news, if it'll be a lot more, hey, here's the stuff that we already revealed, here's the release dates, or if they'll go hot and heavy and give us one or two waves reveals, because I'm very curious to see what Hasbro will bring to Toy Fair, considering they announced Voltron, they announced a couple other licenses. It'll be really, really interesting. Forgiven says, "The question for Playmates is if Hasbro lets them continue their Power Rangers line." Also interesting. Michael Taylor says, "Do you think Mattel will show any new DC stuff, or will their focus be Motu?" I think we will get at least some sort of reveal of whatever the collector line will be. Because they we'll get a better look, or a physical look, at the kid friendly line that they revealed in that image. Phantom Crow says, "I have heard there will be 2 more Deadpool waves this year." I think they said that did they say that there was going to be 2 more waves, or did they imply it? I can't remember. I have to honestly go back and rewatch it. Also, I had a bunch of you message me after the last Legend stream, and so I used to do the recap immediately after the live stream. I would come on here with as many images as I could get and just freeform on here and just wing it. Do you guys want me to keep doing that? I like I said, I know I had quite a few of you message me and do that, or say that I should. But yeah, I don't know. It was always fun, but it's also like trying to compete against everybody else for it, and I don't know. I just like going low and slow. Jeremiah, Dan Yoon said no MCU tomorrow, and most reveals would be comics, or remainder maybe cartoon or gamers. Oh hell yeah, dude! I'm all for it. I mean, not against the MCU, but I love the comic figures. Nightmare says, "I think Hasbro will let Playmates do Power Rangers until they get ready for the big revamp." Yeah, I'll be very curious. Also, RIP to Super Sentai, officially over in Japan. 3 Deadpool waves in 2026 from what I heard. Damn. Curious, Super 7 getting Visionaries is just a reaction figures, or is that IP gets any new life? Well, again, it was that and Invincible. There was a couple of them that they implied that Ultimate's reactions, everything. So I don't want to say I feel bad, because that's definitely not the right word for it. But when they announced the Invincible stuff, my brain went, okay, cool. Like, great that you have the Invincible license, but what are you going to put out at $55 that Jada's not going to put out at $25 to $30? I don't know. I feel bad because I've been down on Super 7 lately. I really enjoyed the Turtle line, and that last wave of 2003 stuff just hurt. To be quite honest, it was, yeah, no bueno. Speaking of DC and Mattel, I want all the people who bitched about Todd McFarlane having the DC license to put their money where their mouth is by everything Mattel puts out. Again, be very, very curious to see where that all lands, because I've heard so many rumors about Todd still being able to do different form factors of DC stuff continually, and like certain things are running and other things are carrying on. Like to get that all fleshed out and like properly put out into the ether would be fantastic. Since the collector's line isn't coming out until at least January, McFarlane has license through 2026. Don't think Mattel will show any collector DC stuff. I could see them showing at least one or two, just so that people know it's coming. Anyways, let's go to a little bit of toy news that I have. The big one going up for pre-order tomorrow over on Mondo. The timed edition of this big, beautiful blue bastard, Hank McCoy, the Beast, in the next installment in their X-Men animated line. This figure comes decked out, 5 head sculpts, the swappable lab coat, his field backpack, Howard the Duck t-shirt, which I vaguely remember, a bunch of hands. Of course, he has a vial, his book that he can read when he's in jail, as well as his glasses. Just a big, chunky, beautiful bastard. Of course, sculpted by our good friend Alex over at Mondo, Fanplastic 4 of the Fun 5. This rules. I don't know how else to put it. He's a big sumbitch at 11 3/4 inches. I'm very excited for this. I believe it's $255 out the door. Just a genuinely cool looking figure. What just happened? I lost the chat. My understanding is that Jada has the Incredible Toon license and Super 7 has the comic. Oh. Sometimes I think Super 7 needs to slow down too much from too many licenses. Fair. Also, I want to know what Mattel is doing for our Toy Story 5 reveals. I will be curious to see what happens. Playmates will still have Power Rangers toys. Lord Zed is one of them. No shit. Marvel Take Note is the first thing I thought when I saw this. And oh, hi, Dave. Oh, hi, Iodine. How's it been, man? Long time no see. Yeah, if Hasbro can put out one half as good as this, I will applaud. This just rules. Again, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna hop on this. Hank McCoy is one of my favorites, and this just fucking rules. Like, I'm sorry. I remember this from the show, but even when I first saw it, I was like, why the hell are they including that? And then I remembered they love them deep cuts. It's so silly, and I am here for it. Just genuinely excited. Also, like to see Beast, like, just this is so damn cool. All partying up in the lab. There's a really cool shot. There it is. Look at that. That is impressive as hell. I think Storm still hasn't come out. Beast is on the way. Well, Beast is on the way to pre-order tomorrow. Still got to get that Gambit sometime. Oh, whoa. Okay, the chat just jumped on me again. From what I remember, he usually wore the Howard shirt with jeans. Yes. Toy Story shouldn't stop at 3 moves. Should have stopped at 3 moves. Aha. Super 7 will never slow down. They just announced My Little Ponies. That they did. Looks amazing, but I can't do 1/6. I wish Hasbro would put out a Beast this good. Dude, like I said, I love the animated line. So much so that shelf right there is all animated figures. Like, I absolutely love Hasbro's animated feature lines. And I'm hoping we get a Beast and it's not just a repaint of that body, the OG Beast body. As much as I love that figure, like, I kind of already have a custom with a I believe it's an Alex Brewer Fanplastic 4 animated Beast sculpt from way back in the day that I painted up on an early edition of Tiny Man Tuesday, to give you a timeline on that. Man, no, I'm trying to find news, but Red Death from InArt, that was last week. There was a couple of new images of Battle Cat from the Motu Chronicles line. We did get a good look at this last week, but here's some pretty promotional images. Cool to see. Looks like the tiger has, like, Cringer has really, really solid articulation. That packaging kind of is but I don't know. I'm here for it. I'm excited. It'll be hard to beat that Revelations one though. Did they give a price point? $39.99, so $40 for Battle Cat. Also, finally, again, this not a ton because again, Calm Before the Storm, but also they had the Mezco Nightcrawler went up for pre-order last week. I know this was a passkey for me. Cool looking figure. I just like the basic style. They Mezco-fied it a little too much. Also, I don't like when they Photoshop the poses because if you can get them like that, cool. But every Mezco I've ever handled, you can't crunch them that much. And there's a few, like, this is a very realistic pose for a Mezco. That one, however, you gonna snap that sumbitch up. I don't know. Very cool. I believe it's still up on BBTS and Entertainment Earth. I believe it's sold out on Mezco, though. I love Kurt. That Nightcrawler is legit my favorite, probably my favorite X-Man. But that one hurts. I wish we could get an Avengers era Beast, maybe in a 2-pack with a classic Wonder Man. Would be very cool. I actually ended up customizing one of those off of. I found a hella good deal on a loose blue Beast that was missing its head and missing its hands. And so I used the alternate hands from my Beast and repainted the gray Beast George Perez head. Heard the Chronicles line is going to replace Masterverse. That's what it sounds like. All the improvements they've made with the 97 figures, we need an update on the comics blue and gold team. I fully agree. Passed on it, but it looks good. Agreed. Passed on the Sigma Studios second figure. Looks really good. Not for me, but really nice image on Facebook with 5K. Oh, I'll have to scope that. Not that I would get these, but could there possibly be Marvel Legends retro cardback figures for Spider Carnage and the Spider-Man with Doc Ock stuff from the final 2 episodes of the 90s? I would absolutely love some of those, that final crossover, the original Spider-Verse figures, the Octo Spidey, because I remember that figure from back in the OG Toy Biz line. It would be really fun. If I wanted to drop that much on a Kurt, I'd have gotten the Mondo one. Fair. You know what the figure gave me vibes of? The Toy Biz famous covers. Very, very fair, Mitch. I actually got a chance to look at some of those famous covers last weekend because Joe has a bunch of them. I had a bunch of them too back in the day. But yeah, I don't know. It's something is weird, like to give us a classic look, but with the paneling and stuff, it throws me off. I don't know why. Need a Wonder Man Trevor 2-pack? Hell yeah. 5K announced a pre-order for Fankun Studios 1/12 Divine Warrior Achilles for those in the Gladiator. Oh, hold on. Going to 5K. That's not what I was looking for. Spiro Studios and Animals of Warrior Kingdom. What? They got AWOC on 5K. No kidding. Where did that announcement go? This just isn't gonna let me find it, is it? Damn it. I love 5K toys, but goddamn, you're frustrating some days. Don't forget about Mondo 2000 Expanded Arms. Yes, last call for that. Pre-order ends tomorrow, I think at noon. I don't get why they're canceling Masterverse as you think they would want. So I've heard a couple different things. I've heard Masterverse is going away, but New Attorney is going to continue at Matty Collector, but Matty Collector is also going to have some sort of connection to, like, it's much like leak lists on this channel. I kind of like, there's so much that you can speculate because the switching of the form factors, the switching of the distribution, the switching of that, it's, I don't know, my brain just kind of, I just kind of want to see Mattel go, hey, this is what's happening. Blah. Because until they do, there's nothing confirmed. I mean, today, for instance, I hadn't seen the, what was it, retro cart or retro, what the hell was it called? I found Man at Arms from the line, and where is it? It is the vintage collection, so it's very much a straight port. My friend is looking for that Tila. But I saw the Man at Arms at the shop today, and I was like, oh, wait, didn't I see? I think I found her. And then I was like, look. And I'm like, no, that's New Attorney Attila, which is completely different. It just gets confusing. There's so many lines. Not that it's a bad thing. Different flavors for different folks, but yeah. Masterverse Revelation figures got them 2021 and 2022. Battle Cat is one of them. Dude, that Battle Cat still is fucking peak. Pass on the Mexico Nightcrawler. I still really like both Legends. I'm with you. Had AWOC on there for a while. It's just like that AWOC hasn't had anything new. Fair. Normal Dave's Hot is a dream. Huh? Oh, Grizzlehorn, you're probably Dave's Hot Chicken. Yeah. Dave, if you get featured pre-order on the left-hand side, the fig is on the first row. Oh, hi, it's a bomb. Walmart just canceled my Tila today. Ah, balls. Sorry, Chum Bucket. Featured pre-order. Oh, all right. Hold on. That's not what I was looking for. Why won't it let me? There we go. There's a bunch of stuff announced. Some stuff I definitely cannot show. That's really cool. Very solid. Also, my brain's just going, man, badass Wonder Woman custom in waiting. My Revelations He-Man is mounted on my Revelations Battle Cat. Hell yeah. As Chumbucket did, was that the Tila, the vintage collection? I feel weird saying vintage collection for He-Man because my brain just goes 3 3/4 inch He-Man. New Battle Cat looks to be a retool of Revelations. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of reuse. There were some parts that definitely look new though. So I'll be very curious to see what comes of it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. Like I said, not a ton of news. That will be next week. So stay tuned for that. Same bad time, same bad channel. I might pop on here a little earlier. I might pop on tomorrow after the Legends stream, trying to rapid fire quick thoughts on that. But tomorrow night, Chop and Chop, Wednesday, Grippin' and Rippin', I will be taking a shot at painting some of those head sculpts from Corey. Thank you again to Casting Cave for sending those over. Very, very excited for that. Castingcave.ecreator.com. It's linked in the video description below. My revelation. Ooh, what did I just miss? There we go. Apparently, a lot of people got the. Oh, that sucks. Please think. Oh, thank you, Mitch. That's right. That is also linked in the video description below, but extra-life.org/participant/Dave Wonder. Fuck answer. that's what that's about. Go check it out. Help some kids. First mini marathon is going to be taking place in March. I thought I was going to be able to try and get it under the wire here in February, but I have a show coming up. I have some deadlines going on. There's still a lot going on here in the cities. Yeah, trying to focus on what I can. Coming up, though, is Shaggy's Polar Plunge, benefiting the Chicago Special Olympics, if I remember correctly. Go check that out at the link linked right there in the chat. Yeah, okay, there, Dave. Sounds good, and see you on the Chop and Shop. Hell yeah, forgiven. I will see you all tomorrow back here, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure to swing on in. Also, I am trying out some new backdrops. That sounds weird to say. So I have added, I made progress. There's a table over there. You can kind of see I was trying to do some unboxing over there. I also can now film in front of my bookshelf, which I think is going to finally be the introduction of me popping on and doing more comic content. Y'all have asked me to do it for years, talking about making comics, talking about comics that I recommend. So it'll be reviews, it'll be just talking comics and talking about the process, maybe some interviews too. But yeah, so that's going to be new workstation. Took a while to get it down here, but very excited. Got some new lights rigged up and need to get another chair because lifting this stupid thing over there sucks. So yeah, very excited to get to Talking Shop. Absolute Batman review is fucking great. That was easy. Michael Gutierrez. I meant whatever the version of He-Man is called. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it'll be good. Very excited for the future. Very excited for tomorrow. excited to get back to work and make some cool shit. So I will catch all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for being part of the conversation. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. You can find me over on Instagram at @TheDaveWheeler. Everywhere else, you can find me at Dave Wonder. Most importantly, over at Extra Life, extra-life.org/participant/Dave Wonder. It's linked in the video description below. I hope y'all have a fantastic evening. I scored all 6 DC. Oh, very cool. DCKO thoughts. I've enjoyed it so far. I haven't been 100%. I think I missed 2 issues. Or not 2 issues, 2 tie-ins. But yeah. Oh, hi Pepper. But yeah, check it out right there. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for being here. And yeah, like I said, I'll be back here tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you to Midwest Vintage Toys for sponsoring the channel. I'm gonna get back to work. Lots of good to do. Also, thank you to everybody who bought t-shirts and stickers and mugs and everything for the couple Much Love from Minnesota designs I put up. We raised around $300, and it's gone back into the community. So I appreciate y'all for doing that. Thank you for the support, as always, for everything. And until next time, folks, be good, be kind. Much love from Minnesota. Good night, y'all. Spooky outro. Bye. Stormy apparently wanted to say hi. She literally kicked down the door the moment that I kicked on the spooky out. Hello. Did you want to say hi? Good night, everybody. Oh boy. Can you say bye, Stormy? Close enough.